Hello guys, hi, this is Donnie, and I would like to discuss with you about TXU Energy's history. TXU Energy is one of the best electric companies in Texas. They started out as a monopoly electric company in Texas, and going back decades and decades, people used them in the North Texas area, like Dallas and Fort Worth, and even in the East Texas area as their monopoly electric company. There actually wasn't electric choice prior to 2002, and so if you were going to choose an electric company, it was going to be TXU. And that's just how things were back then. Now we have electric choice, so you can compare electricity companies and rate plans against TXU from multiple providers. But TXU is the number one choice for many people in Texas, and TXU has expanded their market by going into places like Houston, which was completely controlled by Reliant Energy prior to deregulation, and TXU came in and is competing against them and taking their customers away. And in the same way, Reliant has feet on the street campaigns where they knock on doors and take customers away from TXU. So it goes back and forth. So Texas is the most competitive electricity market in the U.S., and you can see that just in how TXU and Reliant Energy operate in each other's territories. They're very aggressive in taking residential and business customers away from each other. Although TXU is now in a deregulated market, a lot of people think that they still may act as a monopoly electric provider and are not consumer friendly, but that is actually not really the truth. TXU Energy has done just about everything possible, from what I've been able to tell, to be as consumer friendly as possible. They have a low income assistance program where they've actually provided $61 million to more than 368,000 Texas families in need since 1983. They also follow Public Utility Commission of Texas rules and regulations just to make sure that they don't disconnect your service without proper notice. And then if you're a low-income, disabled, or elderly person, that they give you plenty of chances to let them know that before they turn off your lights. If you're 62 years of age or older or disabled, they offer deposit waivers for qualified customers. So they go out of their way to make sure that they're offering you a good price, that they're not going to turn your lights off without proper notice, and that they're giving you opportunity to pay your bill with what you can afford if you're low income, elderly, or disabled. They have a $150 million low income assistance and energy aid program. 10% of that is self-funded, and I assume the rest of it is somehow in combination with the state of Texas, since they do make it clear that they fund 10% of that. And they have energy efficiency tools, and the energy efficiency tools allows you to not just save money with choosing a cheaper electricity price from TXU, but by using tools to govern the way you use your energy in a business or home so that it's used more efficiently. You use less energy, and they have the tools to help you do that. Now, beyond just their benefits that I've gone over there, they also have a pretty in-depth history of how they got started and where they've come to the present day. Their corporate umbrella name is called Energy Future Holdings, and TXU was bought by this company in one of it was actually the largest leveraged buyout in U.S. history, and it was a $45 billion buyout by Kohlberg, Kravis, and Roberts, Texas Pacific Group, and Goldman Sachs. And that Goldman Sachs name you've probably heard several times in the news. They've kind of been involved in a lot of the economic downfall history in the U.S. that's occurred over the last few years. And here they are. We're in this leveraged buyout of Energy Future Holdings. And what that just means is a leveraged buyout means most of the money they used to buy TXU was not their own money. And so, just like you never want to get over leveraged in an investment or something, because if it goes against you, you could actually become upside down on that investment and actually owe more money than what you initially paid in. And so that's kind of the scary aspect to this. But with anything this large, the U.S. Has seemed to come in and bail people and companies out from situations that are this large. As the overused phrase is too big to fail, and this would seem to be one of those. If something were to befall these private investor groups. But anyway, if you look back in their history, they trace their history all the way back to Dallas Power and Light, and they serve the city of Dallas, and also Texas Electric Service Company. Now these sound very generic names, but these were actually the official brand names of TXU way back in the day. And Texas Electric Service Company served the areas of Fort Worth, and Texas Power and Light served the West Central Texas area. So TXU had those three divisions: Dallas Power and Light for Dallas area, Texas Electric Service Company for the Fort Worth area, and Texas Power and Light for the West Central Texas area. And then Texas Utilities was formed in 1945, and it was a publicly owned holding company that owned DP&L, which is Dallas Power and Light, TP&L, which is Texas Power and Light, and TESCO, which is Texas Electric Service Company. And these three operating companies continued to operate separately until 1984, when they were merged into one company called TU Electric. And even to this day, people refer to TXU Energy as TU Electric or TU, even though that hasn't been their name for several years. Now most people refer to them as TXU or TXU Energy. Now, following the acquisitions of the Energy Group PLC in 1998 in the United Kingdom, a power generator in Australia, Texas Utilities became TXU. So after that purchase, they decided to go with the name TXU, and that was in 1998. And in 1996, prior to that, TXU was merged with the parent company of Lone Star Gas, and that allowed TXU to become the largest provider of electricity and natural gas in the state of Texas. And then in 2002, that's when electric choice occurred. That's when competition was available in the markets, and there was over 30 different retail electric companies now competing against TXU in their territories. And some of these companies are like Dynamite Power, Texas Power, Reliant Energy. You've got Green Mountain Energy, Champion Energy, Stream and Ambit. Those are two. Stream Energy, their MLM division or multi-level marketing division is called Ignite Energy. They compete against TXU. And Ambit Energy is another MLM company. There's actually about 5 or 6 MLM companies out there that sell their electric service through a direct sales force, kind of like Amway or Mary Kay Cosmetics. And some of those have done quite well. Actually, Ignite Energy has accumulated well over 400,000 electric service customers. But many of those fell as well. So it's not always a business model that works, but sometimes it does. Now, during this private equity buyout of TXU Energy that involved KKR, TPG, and Goldman Sachs, in 2007, the sale became final in October 2007. And with that buyout, you've got several different companies that are under the umbrella of Energy Future Holdings. So the actual name, umbrella name of all of these companies is Energy Future Holdings, and under that you've got Encore Electric Delivery, and they're the pole and wires company. You've got Luminant, which is the generator of the power, and you've got TXU Energy, the retail electricity company.